welcome back to my usual slot on Tuesdays. Here I am with another Bitcoin update for you and a few more alts. Hopefully I'll get a chance to look at ENJ that has just came up on my radar. I'm very interested to see what it's looking at, what it's looking like right now. But let's kick off with Bitcoin first as usual. Check out my new t-shirt today by Crypto Narud. Love it. Thanks, Mike. And as always, just a quick reminder, I do trade with Eightcap. It's an amazing broker from Australia. They're regulated, they have great liquidity, a low spread, and you can easily trade from your TradingView screen. Just a click of a button. That's not financial advice, of course, guys. So let's dig in. So Bitcoin, this is a weekly outlook, guys, and we don't really have much to say here. There isn't a lot to update on. We've been in this chop for a while. We are still waiting for a break one way or the other. Bitcoin has been sitting in this zone between 18 and 20,000 for a few months now, and sorry, for a few weeks now. But I am not going to concentrate too much on this. I do think that Bitcoin, and as you can see actually on a smaller time frame, there is some action happening here. I didn't even see this yet, but I made a post yesterday about it, and I did say, guys, it is a zone that is going to tire a lot of people out. Unless you are a seasoned trader, this zone for me personally, unless you have a ton of time to monitor those trades and concentrate only on Bitcoin, because this is your favorite asset to trade, you really need a lot of experience to stay in this and chop and trade this chop. As you can see, it's been just really tiresome and very small range. Now, there seems to be some push happening here right now. We hit that trend line. Again, it was a bit of a joke. I said, look, I'm going to just draw this to suit my bias. But it seems to be fitting perfectly with what's happening. And we have this bounce off this level in around $19,035 and a push now above $20,000. Again, back to my point where I do feel Bitcoin has to do one of the two. Either break above 20,000 and build proper support and keep climbing higher. But we need to see that strong. This was great, but it was a very mean bull trap that basically just ended coming up to about $23,000, just below it. And basically the whole pump was retraced back even below that level here, 18,500. So Bitcoin has to come back up. If it does push similarly to what it did here, it will have to level with us above 20,000 and stay above that zone and go up higher, or else break those lows and really just start sweeping lower and those lower supports. Personally, that this is really only a quick outlook on Bitcoin. I'm not concentrating on it too much at the minute. There's, like I said in the intro, few altcoins that I would love to check. One or two came to my attention, and I do think there might be some interesting moves happening on them. So I'll check them out down the line, and obviously I'm going to take requests from the Discord next. So that's it for me about Bitcoin. Apologies, guys, as I have loads of hair. If you can see me on YouTube, you're wondering what I'm doing. If you have any questions about Bitcoin, shoot. I'll be very happy to answer.
Yeah, no questions as such, Marta. But I'm not sure if you've been hearing the news over the last few days regarding the investment bank Credit Suisse.
Oh, I have, yeah. Those apparently are going bust, is it?
Not yet, no. But there's certainly noise about its possibility. There's a number of its assets that are in question, and there's a lot of mirroring about what happened before the 2008 crash with a number of investment banks in America. But the problem with Credit Suisse, it's a far bigger bank with far more ties into other central banks and other major banks around the world.
Okay.
So if Credit Suisse should collapse, it will have an effect on all markets, including crypto. I mean, hopefully what will happen in this case is, although there was some small signals about the potential what was happening with the other banks, such as Lehman Brothers back in 2008, nobody really believed it. Nobody took any action until it was too late. But in this stage, there's a possibility that preventative measures might take place to prevent Credit Suisse from collapsing. But it's just worth pointing it out because, if anything's going to happen, it'll probably happen, over the next few weeks, maybe a couple of months. So it's definitely worth keeping an eye on Bitcoin in that regard, because it could result in, a black swan event, probably not the right term, because a black swan event is a surprise in essence. It's a surprise tanking. Whilst if Credit Suisse goes down, there is some little bit of warning, so it might not be as bad. But it's definitely worth keeping an eye out for.
Well, I do still feel there's more possibility to go down from here than up. Don't get me wrong. We have been kind of anticipating it. Hard to predict how low. There's obviously people waiting for Bitcoin in around $10,000 sorry, even around $8,000. So, I mean, still sentiment is obviously, we're in the bear market, and there's a chance we are going to see lower. Whatever this sort of news is going to do to the price of Bitcoin, we're just have to prepare ourselves, basically. Hearing news like this, the best scenario and the best way to approach this is obviously protect your capital and just ladder in your buys and be very cheeky with your orders, even if you want to go down as low as $8,000. Go for it. When it hits, it hits. We don't know what sort of snowball effect this can have, and whether this actually information and this news is going to come to fruition, or else maybe something else is going to come. So as it stands, we're still arguing, has the bottom been in? Because, there's obviously on the other end of it, people expecting it to go lower, where this is the argument, like, if you're expecting it, it probably won't happen. But all those information, all that news that we're hearing, it should kind of act as like a warning, I suppose, or like your safety net, where you are preparing yourself for this, that, or the other. So yeah, it's great. It's great to know that they have some sort of control over it. But what's going to happen? How this news is going to affect the market? Because at the minute, look, as you can see, I've seen this news in around, what was it, about the last 2 days?
Yeah, the last few days, yeah.
So there hasn't really been, and it definitely happened, the news came out after this drop. So there hasn't been really a lot of reaction. And look at the push. We're seeing actually a bullish push, despite bearish news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's very, tricky. So just... this is great indication to see, like, I suppose, how healthy the market is, what's going on. Bitcoin always leads the way, but it seems like being just prepared for both scenarios still has to be our best play. We're not in a bull market where we can just expect, okay, this is our next support, let's just anticipate this, wait for a retest and long. No. That was so easy. Those days were amazing.